following our third straight game that came down to the wire. We got the onside. We had an opportunity to score late on and win the game, but a late interception on another 1v1 underthrow cost us the game, as we would lose to the Lions 28-25. And following these string of games where, again, we've been so close, but it's been the same things that have happened every single game that have caused us to lose them. One being these 1v1 throws that are just maybe a little bit underthrown, but not all too bad. Intercepted. Happens at least once a game, if not multiple times a game. And on top of that, we've had situations where it's been like a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3, or a 4th and 1 in plus territory where we've gone for short runs right down the middle to get the first down. And time again, our center and one of our guards, mostly Noteboom, gets blown up and immediately tackle for a loss of 2 to 3. It's an instant block shed, instant pressure, and we haven't gone anywhere. Now, we noted the end of last episode why that is a possibility. Our center is very much an agile guy. His power blocking is sub 70 for both run and pass, though he does have decent strength at an 88. So we took a look at our depth chart to see what we could do there. Now, technically, we do have a slightly higher overall center in Brian Allen, who does have some better power blocking ratings, but he's 28 years old. His overall strength is a little bit lower. So we're going with the young guy in George McAllister. And for most of the plays outside of those 4th and 1s, 3rd and 2s, he does really well. So we are going to rock with a slight rotation. It's not all too realistic in terms of, in the NFL, you're not really going to see centers rotating unless there's injuries, because that messes up the kind of coordination between the center and the quarterback. But in Madden, we're going to have a little bit of some leeway with it. And whenever it's a 4th and short, 3rd and 2, some sort of situation like that, we're going to bring out Brian Allen, because he does have the better power blocking ratings. Pass block power, 71 to 66, and then run block power, 81 to 69. So hopefully that will help us out there, and maybe we won't actually lose these close games. Is it going to be a close game today? Kind of hard to tell. Probably not, because we're playing the San Francisco 49ers, and this is a team with just a fantastic defense. They're my fantasy defense, 88. And I feel like they're going to force us to change how our offense works. Up to this point, I don't believe we've had a sub 100-yard day from Corey Davis. And yeah, that would be correct. It was actually in our previous game with Corey Davis. His worst was 105 yards on 3 catches with a touchdown. His best was the week just prior to against the Giants with 5 catches, 170 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He scored a touchdown in each of his last 3 games. He did miss a couple games. Yeah, he did miss week 3. So besides that, he's been, just fantastic. Every single week has been over 100 yards, and I don't believe we're going to have the opportunity to get that deep ball against this team, against the San Francisco 49ers. Claypool really didn't show up at all last week. We did see Quez Watkins perform well from a slot, so it might just be typical Madden slot guys doing better. So we're still struggling on outside receiver. Our best guy is 29 years old, so how good is he going to be towards the future? Who knows? Tutu Atwell is going to be shaken up for this game. He did suffer an injury last game, but we are going to get back Puka Nacua, who was out last week with a practice injury. So hopefully he'll come in and play well. And we'll see what we end up doing at that slot spot. I do think I want to go with Nacua over someone like Quez Watkins. Maybe get Watkins on the outside because Claypool hasn't done all too much there. We're going to try a couple different things, but I feel like we're definitely going to be a run-heavy team here today. As we get this game underway with a boot, it will possibly be a return here from Weddington, who almost broke a couple last week, has a lane to this left-hand side, but it closes quickly. We'll start at the 23. as the offense heads on out to face one of their toughest defenses yet. And as mentioned, we're going to be starting with a lot of running plays. I feel like that's where we may have the most success, avoiding as much of our quarterback getting hit as Akers. Tried to bounce off a couple guys, not going to break away from that last group, but the first run of 11, not too bad. We'll definitely see how much of that we can do. This is a team, a defense filled with superstars, X factors as well. They have Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, they have Ufunga, Nick Bosa, so there's going to be a lot of guys coming at us. We're going to have to get this ball out as quickly as we can, and luckily that one's not an interception, but not a great throw either. Which is honestly a little bit strange, because coming out, Harold actually had a pretty good throw on the run rating, as we get blown up right down the middle there. And credit that stop to Hargrave, and I believe it was also Fred Warner, as we have a 3rd and 12. It's a double A gap look, hard count, no one jumps. Trying to set up the halfback screen. We do have a couple blockers, need one more, and we're close. 4th and inches? I think it's time to bring out that other center. So Allen will check in as we come out with the goal line set here, 4th and inches. We're going to go towards the right-hand side here, followed behind Avila, who is the better power blocker, and center didn't even touch anyone, and we still get the first down. So the first attempt actually works out pretty well for us, as it's going to be 1st and goal just shy of the midfield line. Going back to the run down the middle, Akers, once again, swallowed up, as he'll just pick up 1. Now, one thing I would like to do moving forward is try to get a little bit more rotation in there at running back. Akers really hasn't been taken out of these games much at all, as he picks up another few yards. But he's become such an integral part of this offense, it's hard to take him off the field, but he does need a little bit of some breaks here and there. As we hand it off, Nakua picks up a big block, gets the spin, pushes, first down for the sophomore receiver. Great having him back. Now, unfortunately, we did start this series before Madden saw how good of a receiver he actually is. He was recently, I think, just upgraded up to like a 74 overall receiver as another bad pass. Poor accuracy, they say, and I agree. But we did miss out on that opportunity to have Nakua actually start at a pretty good overall. I want to say he started this series at a 68, 69, as Akers down the middle just picking up 1. So that'll leave us with a 3rd and long. Need to get the first down just shy of the 30. We'll say about the 31, as it will be some play action. Trying to find somewhere to go. We do have Nakua. We lofted up to him. He turns up the field, but it's too far that time as well. 3 bad passes kind of put a stamper along this drive, though we may have a field goal opportunity. It's just going to inevitably be a very long attempt. 57 yards. For Brown, as the hold down kick is up. It has the power, has the accuracy, and we will at least end the first drive with points, which I'll count as a win against this defense. And speaking of defenses, we'll see how ours matches up against Brock Purdy and this powerhouse of an offense. They do tend to keep things a little bit short, maybe medium, with an occasional pop downfield. But a lot of these, we're going to see these little swing outs as the former Stanford men meet each other. Adebo gets the stop, loss of 2. It's been great having him back out there, and we're still going to rock with Rice in the slot today. Byron Jones, while he did get beat a couple times downfield last game, still think he did fairly well, although he gets beat by Deebo Samuel on the quick stop route. Sent Byron Jones flying. First down for the 49ers. But we are going to play that spot a little bit touch and go through the remainder of the season and just kind of play the hot hand. Whether it's going to be Byron Jones or the rookie we'll see is Christian McCaffrey with a nice run. Byron Jones gets the stop after a gain of about 15. If I'm remembering correctly, he just became, I want to say it was the 3rd player to have, was it 5,000 rushing and 450 catches or something within the first 7 years of a career? So that's fantastic. Being the unfortunate Stanford fan that I am, really enjoyed watching him in college and has been fantastic in the NFL. Even better after moving over to the 49ers with the big pickup and slam down from our defensive player of the week last week in Ethan Graham. I feel like he's done really well since getting that start as the sub backer. Overall, really happy with his play as McCaffrey has some space down the middle. J-Ron Curse meets him, but another first down gain. And one thing I did forget to mention, we did have another practice injury as usual. This time it was Bonito. So Young getting the start in the sub. And I believe we're going to have one of our rookies playing as the edge rusher when we head out into the nickel. Though we might rotate that a little bit. Young out there here for 2nd and 10. He has a lot of speed if we could just utilize it, as he does not get back there. A first down gain by the tight end, down to the 16. And already we've reached the end of the first quarter. This game might go by quick with two teams that kind of play some dink and dunk style of offense. With a drag route, they're going to find Lotu? Honestly, not sure exactly how to pronounce it. Should look it up, as it's 2nd and 2 after the gain of 8. With 3 tight ends all to the left-hand side, they go McCaffrey with some patient running, picking up the first down and into the end zone. That is the kind of patient running that almost won him and arguably should have won him a Heisman. Comes through fantastically there as they do grab a lead. But that's exactly what we expected against this 49ers team, and we're going to have to hope that our offense can keep up as we start our second drive. Can we get a completed pass this time? Yes, Tanyan with the catch, turning up down the sideline, a gain of around 18 as we're up to the 48. Can't really say that's been a fantastic signing for us in free agency, mostly because a lot of the times we go his way, we miss. Though we have some space here, Akers tried to burst by the block, and while it was a good block, it's not as much of a burst through it. But it is still a nice gain for us. Akers definitely he's not as big as he was for us last year, but he has a lot of help now, and he's definitely been able to see that help come through as we do find a throw to the outside. Quiz Watkins with the toe tap down to the 17. We are giving him the start as that second wide receiver today. Claypool taking a step back after his possible breakout opportunity was that dual breakout last week that he really didn't do anything for. Though can't entirely place that on him. The Lions played a good game, forced us to change what we were trying to do, and it ended up working out pretty well for him in the end with a stretch to the outside. Not going to find the edge, short gain. Though I would like to see if we could find Parkinson here, leak back to that left-hand side, or even Davis to that back corner pylon. We'll see what opens up here for us on a 3rd and short. Everything blocked will leak out late. Parkinson couldn't quite get to it. I'm fine with a field goal from here. The pass was close, was placed out where it would lead us down the field for a possible touchdown. Unfortunately, just about a yard, maybe yard and a half too far out in front. We'll tack on the extra field goal here, make it a 1-point game. So as the 49ers head back out, it was Christian McCaffrey last drive who made the big plays for him, including their touchdown. We have to find a way to slow him down as Murray will do just that play 1, only a gain of 1. Byron Young also there to help get the stop as it's 2nd and 9 as they spread wide. 2 to the left, 1 out to the right. Though they're going to stick with the running game. Great blocking downfield as they break through 2 tacklers. It's going to be another juke from Run CMC as the young linebacker has to sprint downfield to get the stop at the 40. Definitely going to be a tall task for us to try to lock up all these guys that the 49ers have. Run CMC's hard enough when he was just on the Panthers and they didn't have a whole lot of guys around him. 49ers, he doesn't have that problem as they go right back down the middle to him. The line just absolutely destroying our defensive line. Though I did talk a little bit last week about possibly switching out Lawson with one of the rookies, and if we keep seeing the running game have this much success, we might need to do that as a wide open gap. The slight little shimmy there, Byron Jones falls flat on his face as Run CMC picks up another first. So we are going to make that change in the base package. Lawson will stay out here in the nickel though. He has some good speed off the edge with some decent block shedding ability. Hopefully we'll be able to find some use of that. With a throw back out wide, McCaffrey gets his leg taken out. Gain of 8 as Jake Brendel a little bit shaken up. Looks like it might be a possible elbow or forearm injury as he will head off the field. A check here from the 49ers as they will flip it a little bit. Now bunch out to the right-hand side. Mitchell goes to the left. They will stick with the passing game. Underneath, we were close, but Murray not able to rip it out. Latu with some strong hands there. And as we do finally come out with that base package, we're going to see Nick Bell step in. He has the block, shedding some pass rush ability as well, so hopefully he'll be able to help us out as it's CMC with a short gain, actually a gain of 4. And also sends us to the 2-minute warning. It's a close game, 7-6. Both these offenses running their style of game, which is short, dink and dunk, get the ball out fairly quickly and let your speed guys do their thing, as it's Latu who gets the touchdown, widening their lead. Will be 8. Though with 1:56 and all 3 timeouts, we might be able to find something here late. As we'll start with a halfback screen. We have a couple blockers out in front, try to find that gap. Akers hurdles one man, picking up the first down. We'll quickly get back to the line. Sticking with that same look, keeping everyone on the same side. They'll drop everyone back into coverage. Across the middle, we're going to have Nakua with the catch, sliding down. Keep this thing moving here. If it keeps working, I mean, no reason to change anything. We'll try to go with a little bit of some play action as they bring down the safety. Moving one of their corners, I think, over to the left side, so we're going to slide the line that way. They do not actually end up bringing any pressure, but as we roll out here, we have Nakua opposite side. We'll go, or actually Watkins. He gets smacked at the sideline, though. No gain, 2nd and 10, just under a minute. No, they do actually send 2 guys, but it looks like Corey Davis has the step. A hit came in there maybe a little bit early. No flag thrown, though. The refs so far letting these guys work as it's 3rd and 10. You could argue we should go with a run here. Go for it on 4th down if we don't convert. All the momentum on the favor of the 49ers. This place is rocking as Akers can't find the gap. Timeout called. Safer here probably to punt. But with 43 seconds left and Christian McCaffrey averaging about 10 yards a play, need to make sure we don't allow a field goal here or a catch there. Debo should have been able to knock that one away. Brock Purdy, 11 of 11 this first half. It's not all too often you see Purdy really make a mistake. I want to say only 6 interceptions on this season so far as we get the quick rush. Young will smack him down at the 20 and hopefully, knock on wood, that ends any attempt for them at trying to get points here before half. And it looks like that may be the case as they do let the clock just drain here. McCaffrey to the outside. We do take out his legs with Jones and we'll send it into half from there. 14-6, honestly, I don't think is too bad of a scoreline considering how good this 49ers team is and how much we've kind of struggled of late. We're not doing too bad, still some things to clean up as we take a look around the league, see how everyone else is doing. First game up we have over down in Florida, the Miami Dolphins taking on the Cardinals. Dolphins 5-1 on the year, though currently tied right before half to the 3-2 Cards. No touchdown passes, neither of those quarterbacks really doing a whole lot in that game. Flipping to the opposite corner of the U.S., we got the Seahawks down massive right now to the 0-6 Commanders, 21-0, as the rookie quarterback for the Commanders has 3 first-half touchdowns. For the final game back in Louisiana with a big win, the Saints finally get their second win, topping the 5-2 Raiders, giving them their second loss, 43-35. 2 interceptions for the rookie quarterback for the Raiders arguably cost them that game. As we jump back into our game to start this second half, 49ers will get ball. They're already up 8. We've struggled to get stops, though we did get the stop right before half, arguably due to just the lack of time, but we need to stop Christian McCaffrey. We made some really good defensive adjustments in the Giants game that really helped us deal with Saquon Barkley, who did start the first half really well. Second half, we kind of took him out of the game. We need to see something similarly here with the 49ers, though they have a lot more guys who could get the job done as they go deep. It's Debo who gets by the diving Byron Jones, who just ran out of steam. And play 1 of the second half goes to one of my fantasy receivers. Debo would have been great for anyone playing fantasy. Brock Purdy laid out a beautiful ball there for his guy. And you just, for us, have to wish that Byron Jones did something else there. And as we'll finally head out offensively for this second half, a lot of work to do as we're down 21-6, though, with a wide open gap down the middle. Akers just can't get by that safety. We do well to get by that first group, that front 7. Then past them, kind of run out of space, as there's really not much to go at here. Will essentially be a throwaway. Oh, I am feeling like in this game, we're going to need to get a pop shot eventually. Find Corey Davis downfield for a big gain. But we're not getting anywhere on second down. On 3rd and 11, we might need that big gain. This is a tough front seven here for the 49ers defense. And though we've gotten some decent runs on them, it's not always going to be consistent. As we try to find Corey Davis downfield. No, not going to work for us downfield like it did for them. Mitchell with another knockaway. Not the back shoulder throw we were hoping for. It will be another punt. So as the 49ers offense heads out up multiple scores here, we're going to need our defense to come through for us. All momentum is on the side of the 49ers. We're just going to have to find a way to fight through it. With a throw to the outside, they go back to Debo. Not going to get by Curse, but does pick up 6. Though with it not being 6 points, better than the last time out. With 2nd and 4. A tight shotgun look here. McCaffrey in the backfield. They do hand it off to him. Makes a cut. Not going to get the first down, though is close. 3rd and 1. And we could really use the stop as they bring out the split backfield here on 3rd and short. Need a push up front. They go with a read option, and they keep it with Purdy, who goes nowhere. Hampton there to help get the stop. 4th and 5, we will force the punt. I do like the call there, though. Defense just stayed true, and it helps us get the stop and our offense back out on the field. But what we really need is to find a big chunk, get some momentum back swinging our way. As we'll start with the pass, roll out, they cover everything pretty well. We do have some good blocking. Try to loft this one up, finding Corey Davis just shy of midfield, or just past midfield, actually. Feel like that might be a first catch for him, though I'm not exactly sure. Again, he hasn't had a game under 100 yards yet, as Akers bouncing around, trying to find some space, picking up 7. He's had himself a pretty good game as well. So we'll try to run a little bit of some hurry up here. Keeping things close. See if maybe we could leak out DeGuara once again. We haven't really had that fullback wheel route hit home so far this season. As we maybe will have option. No, we actually just need to throw this one away. Take the safer play, throw it away. 3rd and short. It did look like the fullback was maybe opening up, but then they did have a guy come over. This is a spot we need some good blocking. We keep out the normal center. He does get his job done, and we pick up the first down with Akers. Going to quickly get back to the line here once again, though. Want to see if we can take a pop shot deep, perhaps. Corey Davis trying to speed by as it's thrown too far downfield, though the placement was better. Just have to take our chances when they open up for us, as we're going to go with an RPO here. And we will keep it with the run. Trying to find a cutback lane. A really good job there from Greenlaw. Now, I feel like we've ran this once earlier. Felt like it worked out. 3rd and 7. It's 4 down territory. As we try to go with a jet sweep, try to let blocks open up, and they do, but not entirely well for us. 4th and 6. We can really use a first down here. A touchdown is what we need. I don't think a field goal really helps us out much. We send Quez Watkins close to the line here. We might have Tanyan with the grab down to about the 12. Let's quickly get back to the line here. Try to keep that momentum going. Though don't love the play call. Let's switch it up here. Actually go with a run instead, as they do stack the box, but that's just what they kind of do. Try to get to the outside. Couldn't quite hold the block long enough. Was Quez Watkins. Ward with a big tackle. If we were able to get to the outside, Akers maybe would have been gone there. Parkinson to that back pylon looks good here. Davis on the drag across the field also looks enticing. We'll see what opens up. As we have some time, try to get to the back of the end zone, but Quez Watkins doesn't flow. Instead, he stops his route. Luckily, he'll hit the turf. 3rd and 14. And now Claypool will head out there as the outside receiver. That was, actually, let's try to flip this. I think I would like the angle towards that back pylon a little bit more. Tanyan crossing. Actually, let's send Nakua on a slant the opposite way. That might open things up a little bit better here for us. Tanyan on the drag, kept things short, and the pass also short. 4th and 14. Probably better to inevitably take the field goal. So we'll send Brown out. So far, he's the only one to score for us today. And he will hit his 3rd, make it 21-9. 12-point ball game. Our defense has been pretty good at forcing about a turnover a game. We could use one here, as the 49ers start out at the 25. Checks made by Purdy. Will be a pass across the middle. We're going to find Debo, about a gain of 5. We have yet to force a single incomplete pass here from Brock Purdy. As it's 2nd and 4, we're going to send a blitz. Double A gap, right off the edge. Young gets just bumped, buys time. 1st down Latu. And if I am pronouncing the name wrong, definitely do let me know. With 3 out to the right-hand side, 1 off to the left, McCaffrey in the backfield next to Purdy. Is a 1st and 10. Having some guys going across the middle. Pass rush just whiffs. Could have been a sack, but I guess didn't have our head up. Though a gain of nothing and actually getting the 1st incompletion. I mean, good for us as it's 2nd and 10. McCaffrey trying to find some space. That patient running that he's so well known for gets him a 1st down, 1 yard shy of the century mark. And that's really just is what's so hard when trying to find a way to beat Christian McCaffrey is that patience makes things so difficult. With a throw to the outside, he'll get a gain of 2. And with that, we head to the 4th quarter. It's about now or never here for this defense. Get the stop. We need some points. It's back to McCaffrey. Good fill. Good job on securing the tackle there from Durant, or by Durant. Now we just need one more play here on 3rd and 7 to get off the field. As they are going to make a check. They had 3 out to the right. They'll keep that, but squish it down now. Bunch to the right. Debo off to the left-hand side. We'll drop back into coverage. Guys going across, and just over the top of Murray, who was sitting in pretty decent zone there. But just a better throw by Brock Purdy, dropping it in there for Debo. That's the difference between Brock Purdy and our quarterback right now. The throw across the middle tipped away at Debo, though it looked like Rice was lined up for the pick. Still waiting on the rookie's 1st interception. He's had some opportunities, just hasn't quite gone his way yet. With a pass across the middle with space that time. 1st down to the 12. Running out of time in this game and running out of space for our defense to force a turnover. That's about the only way to keep points off the board at this point. They set up some plays across the middle, going back to their tight end who makes one guy miss and powers in. Is that Zylstra? Yes, it is, widening their lead even more. Now a 19-point game, and we haven't been able to pass the ball as efficiently as we have previously. Just really due to this defense. Though we do have an open receiver. It's Nakua with space down the sideline. The safety pushes us out at the 39, but finally a big chunk play. And the young receiver continues to impress as we have a 1st and 10 down to the 39. Can we find Corey Davis? Actually, probably not, as we tried to step up, but ran out of real estate as Hargrave gets the stop. Go back to some play action, though they do drop the safety. So we'll change it up a little bit more. Stick with some play action, but changing where we send our guys. Corey Davis to the sideline again with the grab inside the 10. No, ball came out. Mitchell has been locking down our MVP candidate. This could very well be his 1st game sub 100. As we try to set up the halfback screen, blown up by the DB, or DBDT. 4th and 16. And unfortunately, it's a 4th down where we have to go for it here. If there's going to be any chance of us getting back in this game, we need the 1st down here. As we do have a receiver coming across, the hit comes in, knocking off the power, and Fred Warner will capitalize. Tip drill, essentially. And that might just seal this game up for the 49ers. We had Quez Watkins breaking open, but needed at least half a second there to actually get the pass off. Run to the outside, nice cut there, McCaffrey, keeping those legs moving, gain of 7. We came into this game knowing it was going to be a tough one, and it definitely has been, and if a couple other things go our way, might be a little bit closer, but we weren't able to really get our game plan moving. Really good play as Mitchell gets the catch. Brock Purdy has been phenomenal in this one, 20 of 22, 255 and a couple touchdowns. But overall, it's the ball placement that's just been so good from Brock Purdy. We've seen several times, like on the last drive, Murray sitting in good zone coverage to get us off the field, and he just drops it in right over the top of the coverage. Their receivers have been sure-handed, even in the tight coverage. Overall, they just executed their game plan to near perfection, or at least as close as you really can have it in the NFL. They missed out on some opportunities here and there, but overall, they played their game. Good hit there from Graham, though it is a first down for their tight end. And I feel like this has been the first game in a while where the tight ends have given us issues. San Fran, they have a couple good guys at that spot. And they took advantage of us. As they go to the outside, Murray forces it back towards the middle, but no one's there to help out until about the 5. As they have a first down at the 3. 49ers trying to tack on some extra points here, and why not? Let's just bring everyone. Tell them it's going to be a run right down the middle. Watch them go with a toss to the outside for an easy walk-in. No, it is a good tackle. Durant meets McCaffrey at the line. Durant from time to time can be a solid tackler, though. It's just not something we expect him to do every single time. And McCaffrey will step in for another touchdown. Had multiple lanes he could go for there, and either one probably would have been a success. McCaffrey has ran extremely well today and widens the lead here for the 49ers. Now in garbage time, we just got to see if we can find anything to send us into the next week with a little bit of some positivity. As we do find the halfback screen. Good block, though we trip on it a little bit as Williams will actually end up picking up the first down. We're going to have him finish off this game, get him out there a little bit. I haven't been all too happy with the backup running back as we have some space to the outside. That might have been the 100-yard maker there for Corey Davis, but overthrown again. Just something that happens too often for us. Harold needs to dial in that accuracy as we set up the receiver screen. Third time's the charm. We'll pick up a little bit there. 3rd and 5. As we'll continue on with some hurry up here. They do crunch down the line, so let's check out of it. We'll go with the stick concept, though they do back everyone out into coverage. Try to roll out here, buy some time. Corey Davis stops his route. Needed to keep coming across. Doesn't help out his quarterback, Mitchell, who's had a really good game. Gets the pick, but that'll do it for us here. Overall, this was a game that we knew what to expect. And I will say the first half, I thought the team played very well. They kept things close. We were able to move down the field, though only managing the field goals definitely hurt in the long run. Second half, this team just looked gassed. They played, 3 straight extremely close games down to the last play, and facing just a really tough 49ers team. They simply just ran out of gas in that second half. You could tell that the blocks weren't all quite there. The throws were a little bit more off than normal. Coverages a little bit more off than normal. Some of those are interception plays for us or knockaway plays. And we either came up just short, like on that Byron Jones play that found Deebo Samuel for the touchdown. I mean, just those little things here and there we ended up missing out on. Again, that first half I thought we played really well. Second half left a little bit to be desired, but 49ers, really well-built team, and they're atop of the division for a reason. 5-2 now as we sit 1-6. The rest of the division still not fantastic. The Cardinals, 3-3 in second place. They can really go just about anywhere. And we'll continue on here against our division next time, week 8 and then week 9 versus the Seahawks. So a lot, kind of not really at stake here, but at stake in terms of bragging rights or even just how we move on into next season. I expect this second half of the season could be a lot better for us. We played a really good first half. I know we're 1-6, so it doesn't quite seem like it, but honestly, 3, maybe even 4 of those games could have been wins. Flipping, essentially, what our record is. So we'll see how things go the second half. The team can definitely get the job done. Do we need to add a piece at the trade deadline? I don't really think it would be worth it, if we're being honest, because we're not fighting for a spot into the playoffs right now. If anything, you'd want to tank to make sure you have some good draft picks. So we'll see what the second half of the season has in store for us, and for you to do that, make sure you subscribe, bear icon on the bottom right, or hit the actual subscription button down below. Definitely make sure you tap the bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. And as we get through the second half of this next season, we'll definitely start to take a look more at the draftable prospects and see essentially what position groups are the best for us as we move forward. Again, I think it's going to be BPA for the draft. There's a lot of different position groups that could use some help. Some guys definitely are statement pieces, but they could use some help around them as well. So all things are up for possibilities as we move forward. And hopefully we do find some good key guys to go after. And we might start to get some of the younger defensive linemen a bit more involved like we did today later on throughout this season. Because outside of Okoronkwo, at least in terms of pass rush, not a whole lot happening. Bonito has gotten some sacks. Did see some okay play from Young, but he's 25 years old, so not much of a future there. So definitely we'll get some younger guys rotating. Might put Rice back on the outside because Byron Jones honestly has played at the same level. So I'd rather have the rookie out there full time. So all that is to come. Make sure you do not miss out. Do the things I just mentioned. And next time, it will be the Arizona Cardinals in another divisional matchup. So until then, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.